Hey everybody, my name is Curry. Welcome to my first movie review. This one is for Deadpool and Wolverine. It was released in 2024 and it is the third cinematic outing for Deadpool. It stars Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool and Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. It's directed by Sean Levy and it's also written by him alongside Reynolds. And just before we get into it, just some history with me and the MCU. I started watching it when Iron Man was first released in 2008, and I fell in love with that movie. If you can't tell by the poster on my wall, it's such a great movie. And it kickstarted this gigantic franchise that we are now a part of today, for better or for worse. And as far as Deadpool movies go, I really enjoyed the first two. I think they're some of the best superhero movies ever made. But at the core of it, there is this kind of message of like the people around you are the most important, right? So, Deadpool is a superhero and he has this ability to like regenerate so he never dies basically. But his biggest fear is being alone. And, that's something we can all relate to. So, in hopes of not being alone, Deadpool brings along his favorite one sided best friend, Wolverine, along for maybe one last ride. And the dynamic between these two characters is just so awesome. That's what makes this movie. Deadpool is like the ultimate wisecracker. Wolverine is there to be the ultimate straight man, and Hugh Jackman is so good in this role. And apart from Logan, this is probably my favorite performance of his as Wolverine.
He's a hero in my world. Yeah, well, he ain't shit in mine.
In previous movies, there was still a straight man. Colossus kind of played that role in Deadpool 1, and Cable definitely was that in Deadpool 2. But Wolverine is definitely the best out of the three. He was always wanted from the start, but now we finally get him, and it's just so great to see him finally on screen together. And Hugh Jackman has been playing Wolverine for 24 years now, starting in 2000's X-Men, and I think he brings all his experience and expertise into this performance as this Wolverine. And this Wolverine in the story is not the Wolverine we know. Thanks to the multiverse, anything is possible. So this is a Wolverine borrowed from another universe, but he's played the same. So there's really no difference there. And there's a scene later on in the film where we get this Wolverine's backstory. And I don't want to spoil too much, but let's just say he's the last mutant of his universe. And he has this really sombering moment where there's no jokes being made or anything. It's just a chance for Hugh to really get in there and dig into the heartbreak that this character has. But it wouldn't be a Deadpool movie without Deadpool. And Ryan Reynolds delivers another hilarious performance here. Where it can be said Hugh was kind of meant to play Wolverine, I think Ryan was meant to play Deadpool. It does so much for an audience member to see the star really love what they're doing. Not just the performance, but Ryan has his hand in all the facets of this film, down to writing, producing, acting. He really does it all. I think that's really what he wants to do to make a really stellar movie. And I think that's what he did here. And when it comes to writing, I think all the jokes are super good. Like me and the rest of the audience was laughing the entire time. I actually saw this movie twice. The second time at a much smaller audience, but the first audience was a packed theater, and we were all having a great time. They make fun of Disney a lot and the current state of the MCU. And that's just good to see that they can make fun of themselves in that way. The only thing is, if they're going to make fun of themselves and saying, we're at a low point or whatever, then they better make up for it and give us some really good movies here in the next few years. And while the jokes are really good and all the situations are pretty good, the overall plot is kind of lacking. It's a pretty one-dimensional kind of story. It's just like my family and friends are in danger. I need to get this guy, and then we're cast away, and then we got to be brought back and save the day, and that's pretty much it. Um, they spend a lot of time in like the Loki apocalypse universe, and that's where all your cameos come into play. Talking about the cameos, I think they do a great job with the cameos here, and I think they all are very cool. They're not overindulgent, and it's just really nice to see some of these past characters come back. And I don't think I'm spoiling anything there. Like, of course, they're going to do that. I mean, they already did that with Spider-Man and all that stuff. So you're going to see some past characters, and they all hit pretty good. And one surprise character that has become a fan favorite at this point, and it's really fun to see him in there too. I should also talk about the main antagonist of the movie, Cassandra Nova, played by Emma Corrin. And Sandra is the twin sister of Professor X. So that's kind of how she comes in. And Emma does a really good job with the character, portraying her. She's pretty psychotic, and you can tell she's this uber powerful. But it's just, the character doesn't really have much where to go besides leading Deadpool and Wolverine to their next location. Just to wrap it up, this movie comes really at a pivotal time in the MCU's life cycle. It's on a bit of a downturn. Some movies are underperforming, not getting really good reviews. Not many people are watching the TV shows. I think it's the best Marvel movie to come out since Guardians 3. Is it going to save the Marvel Universe? I don't know. It certainly made them a lot of money. And maybe that's all that matters in the end. As sad as that sounds. But at least it got people in the theater at a time where people thought the summer movie was dead. Something like Furiosa. I love that movie. Totally flopped. People thought, it was like, oh, geez, movies are dead. But hey, look, Deadpool just came out and blew it out of the water. I give Deadpool and Wolverine 4 gold-plated Desert Eagle Pistoleros out of 5. Well, thanks for watching my first movie review, guys. And but next up is going to be Borderlands, because I'm going to be seeing that this weekend, and I'm probably going to have a lot to say about that one. Okay, thank you. Catch you on the next one.